Good morning, yogis. If anyone's there yet, just say hi when you've clocked in, so I'm not just talking to myself. Okay, so I understand there's 5 of you here. Good morning. Hope you're feeling good. Happy Friday. Can't believe it's Friday again already. Morning, Christina. You'd think maybe the week would go more slowly. Morning, Tash. But actually, it's still whizzing past. Yeah, I mean, for me, I'm quite busy anyway because I'm helping with the heart organisation, so the Hastings Emergency Action Response Team. If you don't know about it already, check it out. It's a local support group to support our most vulnerable people during this lockdown, this crisis. Anyway, so today we are going to work on some core exercises. So if you already practice yoga, you'll know that core is really important. Core strength is kind of crucial to your yoga practice. It helps you stay balanced in poses. It helps you move with muscular integrity from one pose to another. And actually, not just in yoga, but in any of our physical movement or practice, it should all come from here. And elementally or energetically as well, this is the center for our sense of will, determination, courage. You get that we say sort of fire in the belly, and it's not just morning, Carol, not just for our physical movement, but also for our zest for life, our sense of discipline, zeal, and will and courage to go forward. So when we're trying to sort of motivate ourselves to do something, it generally comes from this space. So we want to create that heat in the belly. Also creating heat in the body at the moment, particularly, so it's really good for the immune system. So really good. Morning, Anna. Yeah, great for combating any viral germs that manage to find their way into the body. So we're going to build a little bit of heat. And again, I'll give variations as normal, so please just take the one that's right for you. Morning, Lily. Morning, Julie. Nice to see you all, although I can't see you, but you're here, so that's great. And I don't think you'll need a block today, but if you do have something that resembles this, could be a book or a Tupperware container, who knows, whatever you've got, yeah, have that on hand. But we're going to be doing a lot more floor work today. We'll do a few standing poses just to open up the rest of the body as well. Okay, let's go. Same as last week, I'm going to play the music from Ed Blakely, local Hastings musician who has kindly donated his music for this class, because I can't just play whatever I want because of Facebook. So please enjoy. And as usual, guys, donations to the Conquest Hospital Fund if you enjoy the class. Okay, so come to your mat, and we're going to start on our backs, knees bent, feet flat on the floor. So just settle in. I'm just going to start the music. Okay, so knees bent, feet flat on the floor. Just let the arms come to rest beside you. Eyes closed. Maybe allow the knees to fall in together so you're not holding them up. And then begin to deepen the breath. Check in with your body. Notice how it's feeling this morning. Allow your awareness to move from the crown of the head all the way down the spine to the pelvis. Notice how the pelvis feels, the shoulders, the chest. And then begin to deepen the breath. So as you inhale, that expansive chest, we're filling the lungs. Then as you exhale, bring your awareness to the belly. And we'll begin to lightly suck the belly in on that exhalation. Navel draws in towards the spine. And with each breath, beginning to deepen that sense of drawing in on the exhalation. So you want to feel there's almost a slight rock of the pelvis. So as you exhale and draw the navel in, the back muscles push into the floor. As you inhale, you'll notice that they slightly come away from the floor. So this is without forcing them away, it should just happen naturally with the breath. Big expansive belly. Exhale, draw it in, allow the lower back to push into the floor. And we'll take 3 more of those breaths. So you're really becoming aware of your core, which is not just the abdominals, so it's also the obliques at the side of the body, and then all those back muscles as well. So we're going to be working the whole of the core today. Good, and then after the end of that exhalation, bring the right knee into the chest, interlock the fingers around the front of the shin, and extend the left leg along the floor. As you inhale, you're going to draw the knee into the chest, and as you exhale, push that shin into the hands, but the hands are resisting, okay? So you're activating all those core muscles as you push that shin into the hands, but you're resisting with the hands. You should feel the back muscles push into the floor as you do that. Inhale, draw it in. Exhale, push that shin into the hands. Twice more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And then take hold of that knee with the right hand. Left hand on the top of the left thigh or hip. Exhale that knee out to your right, just open the hip a little bit. Begin to awaken those joints. And then inhale back to center, swap the hand, so same knee, and take it over to your left. So awakening through the piriformis muscle, slight twist to lengthen through the side body. And then inhale, slowly come back to center, and we're going to swap to the other leg. So as you inhale, you're drawing that knee in. As you exhale, you're pushing the shin into the hands. 3 more times. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. So as you inhale, the back muscles release. As you exhale, they activate and push into the floor. Inhale. Exhale. And then last one. Good, and then release those muscles. Left hand to the left knee, right hand to the right thigh or hip. Exhale that knee out to your left. Take a big inhale, awareness to the inner hip, inner thigh. And then exhale, come to the other side. So slight twist, left shoulder blade stays on the floor. And then inhale, slowly come back to center. Hug those knees in. Bring the hands underneath the knees. And then we'll slowly begin to rock backwards and forwards. So if this is tricky for you, feel free to just roll over to your side and come up that way. Otherwise, you're rocking up And then that last rock, we're going to come right up, but try not to bring the feet to the floor. Straighten up through the spine, extend the spine, those feet are hovering just above the floor. One big breath. Good. And then release the feet to the floor. And just come to sit for a moment. So any comfortable seated position, either cross-legged or sit on your heels. We're just going to practice a breathing technique, which is also known as what's called a kriya in yoga, which means a cleansing technique, basically. So it's really good for stimulating the internal organs, but also, so in English it's known as breath of fire, and it just gets all of those abdominal muscles sort of fired up. It will create a little bit of heat in the belly. So we're going to do 3 rounds, and how it works is that the focus is on the exhalation. You might want to grab a tissue and blow your nose. If there's anything in there, it will come out. So we're using the abdominal muscles to force air out of the lungs. So it's kind of a pumping action in the belly. You might want to place your hand on the belly so you can feel that pumping action working. And it basically goes like this. So as you pump the belly, air comes out of the nose, okay? So you might want to go quite slowly, in which case you're going to do 10 of those. For those of you that have been practiced this before or been practicing for a while and you go faster, feel free to do 30. Okay, so I'm going to go somewhere in the middle. So take a deep inhale and then begin. Exhale fully. Take a deep inhale and then a long, slow exhale. And then we'll begin a second round. So take another deep inhale. Again, practice at your own pace. Exhale fully. Take a deep inhale. A long, slow exhale. And then begin that third and final round. So if you've been going slowly and you want to speed it up, feel free to do so. If you're still struggling, it can be quite difficult at first. Stick with doing them slowly and just do 10. So I'm going to do 30. Inhale deeply. Exhale fully. Take a deep inhale. And a long, slow exhale, light drawing in of the navel and subtle lift of the pelvic floor. And then open the eyes. Good, so hopefully you're feeling nice and warm in the belly now. And we're going to come over onto our hands and knees. So to begin a more active core work, so I'm just going to take the music a little bit more up tempo. Okay, so shoulders above wrists, hips above knees, nice neutral spine. As you inhale, flex the spine, lift the chin and the tailbone. Feel that nice lengthening of the navel. As you exhale, draw the navel in round the spine, but really want you to suck that navel in. So you're really activating it. Feel those muscles engage. As you inhale and come forward, try and keep the navel engaged. So we're not dumping, keeping that navel engaged. Inhale. Exhale, round the spine, suck that belly in, lift the kidneys. Good, and one more. Keep the navel engaged. Exhale, round. slowly come back to neutral. Okay, so option 1 here. Extend the right leg. Flex the right foot. So imagine you're pushing into a wall behind you. That foot stays nice and active. The quad, the thigh is engaged as well. So option 1, staying here. Option 2 is to lift the left arm. So it's opposite arm to leg. Take a breath. And then exhale, lower. We'll do the same on the other side. Either just the left leg or also the right arm. Inhale. And exhale, lower. Twice more on each side. Inhale. Exhale, lower. Inhale, left leg, right arm. Exhale, lower. One more on each side. Exhale, lower. Left leg, right arm. Keep that navel engaged. And exhale, lower. Good. Okay, we'll do the same again, but this time we're going to use another core exercise. Draw the knee into the chest. So think of cat pose, or sorry, cat pose, or rounding the spine. We're going to do that, but bring the knee into the chest. So if you were just lifting the leg before, you're going to do that again and just bring the knee in. If you were using the arm as well, we're going to inhale here, and then exhale round the spine, bring the knee to the elbow. Or you're just bringing the knee to the chest. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to elbow. Keep the right arm nice and straight. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to elbow. And one more. Exhale. Again, no dropping of the belly. You're keeping that navel drawn in. Same on the other side. Left leg, right arm. Inhale. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, extend. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And one more. Inhale. Exhale. Good, really nice. Just come back to neutral. Roll those shoulders out, the back, the hips. Loosen any tension, so we can often create a lot of tension when we do stuff like that that's challenging, so just try and loosen it out afterwards. Okay, tuck the toes, and then we're going to lift the knees off of the floor, and then just hold here for one breath, and then inhale. Slowly push the tailbone up towards the ceiling. Keep the knees bent initially. So we're trying to lengthen through the spine. And then exhale, slowly draw the heels down towards the floor. Inhale, high onto the balls of the feet. Exhale, lower those knees to hover just above the floor. If that's too much, option to bring the knees to the floor. Inhale, lift that tailbone but keep the knees bent. And then exhale, heels to the floor. One more time. Inhale onto the balls of the feet, lower the knees. And then exhale, tailbone lifts, keep the knees bent. Slowly draw the heels towards the floor. Good. Treading out those feet if the hamstring's still tight. Okay. Then we'll come high onto the balls of the feet. Inhale, slowly begin to ripple the spine forwards. Option to bring the knees down if you need to. Otherwise, drawing those hips down to hover just above the floor. Arms nice and strong, thighs really active. Lift the chest. Good, and then exhale. Slowly round the spine back, high on the balls of the feet. And back down to down dog. So really bring your awareness to the navel. Keep that internal heat going, engage those core muscles. Inhale, coming forwards. Option to bring the knees down to the floor. Be mindful of your lower back. And then exhale, slowly drawing back. Good, and then one more time. Inhale, ripple forwards. Exhale, ripple back. Good. for a moment. So we're going to be doing a lot of planking today, so just want to be sure that the wrists are nicely warmed up. So bring the palms together, interlock the fingers, and then make some circles with the hands. And then circle the other way. Just give them a little shake. Okay, good. Hands to the floor. Slowly come back into downward facing dog. Nice long spine. And then inhale. So two options here actually. Option to bring the knees back to the floor. I'm going to do a similar thing to what you did before, extending the leg and bringing the knee into the chest. That's option one. Option two is from down dog, raising that right leg. Exhale, slowly ripple forwards and bring the knee towards the nose. Keep that foot lifted nice and high. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to nose, so there's a rounding of the spine and a drawing in of the navel as you come forwards. Inhale, extend. And then exhale, slowly step that right foot between the hands. Good, so high lunge. If you had your knees on the floor, option to keep your knees on the floor here. Otherwise, inhale, come up into high lunge. So on the ball of the back foot. Option one, holding here for 5 breaths. Option two is to exhale, slowly lower that back knee to the floor and then lift up. We're going to do 5 of those. 1, 2, keep breathing deeply. 3, 4, and 5. Inhale, exhale, hands to the floor, back to down dog. Option to stay there or ripple forwards. And exhale, slowly roll back. Okay, same on the other side. Either knees on the floor and bringing the knee to the chest, or inhale, extend that leg. Exhale, ripple forwards, knee to nose. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to nose. Keep the foot lifted nice and high. Inhale. Exhale. And then inhale, extend. Exhale, step that left foot between the hands. Again, we're on the ball of the back foot. Option to hold here or to hold with the knee on the floor. And third option is exhale, the pulses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good, really invoking that will and determination. Hands to the floor. Downward facing dog, well done. Lion breath. Release that tension. Option to take a rest in child's pose here if you need to. Otherwise, our resting pose is downward facing dog. Good, so reconnect with the breath, settle the breath. And then slowly begin to walk the hand back to the feet. Soft bend in the knees. Allow the upper body to hang over the legs. Inhale, heart lifts, hands either to the floor or to the shins. Exhale, fold. And then bring the hands to the hips. Inhale, lead with the chest, slowly rising all the way up. And then just take a moment here activate the thighs. Lift the kneecaps. Draw the navel in towards the spine. So we're closing the front door, opening the back door. So we're drawing those muscles into the back of the body. Roll the shoulders back, eyes closed. So you should be feeling some heat in the body, you should be feeling energized. Draw that heat from the belly up into the heart space. And invoke those feelings of courage, will and determination. Good. Honouring those qualities. Bring the palms together, hands on the heart. To do whatever you have to do as an individual or we collectively to find our way forwards. Inhale, deeply bend the knees and lift the arms up for chair pose, so feet hip distance apart. Draw the navel in towards the spine, so there's almost a slight rounding. We're not arching the back here, we're drawing that navel back. 3 breaths here. See if you can sink a little bit low with the tailbone. At the same time, reach the arms alongside the ears. Using that determination. And then exhale, fold forwards. Good, deeply bend the knees. Inhale, reach the arms up again. 3 breaths. Navel draws back. And exhale, fold. Well done. And then one more. Inhale. Reach the arms up. Draw the navel in towards the spine. Can you sink a bit lower? 3 breaths. I know those legs are working and you can probably feel the ache. Just stay with it. And exhale, fold forwards. Well done. Inhale, heart lifts. Exhale, slowly walk those hands forwards into plank. Inhale. Exhale, option to bring the knees to the floor. Or keeping those knees off the floor wherever you are. Bending the elbows back towards you. Hands slowly lowering down. Maybe you can hover for a moment. And then either coming all the way down and lifting into cobra, or lifting straight up into upward facing dog. Tops of the feet come to the floor. Inhale. Exhale. Downward facing dog. Take a breath there, lion breath. Option to rest in child's pose if you need to. And then step the feet together. Inhale, raise the right leg. And then exhale, slowly shift it forward. Step the right foot between the hands. Bring the left heel to the floor. And then come up into warrior 2. As you inhale, extend the spine. As you exhale, sink more deeply into that front knee. So the right knee stacks over the ankle. Again, the navel is drawing in. So allow the pose to come from the core, from the center of the body, where we hold that heat. Allow that to be a point of strength. We're not relying just on the legs or the upper body to hold us in the pose. It's all coming from here. Gazing down the right fingertips. And then inhale, straighten the front leg. Exhale, reaching forwards with the right hand. Right hand to shin, ankle, maybe to the floor. Left arm reaching up towards the ceiling. Keep drawing the left rib cage down into the body, but at the same time we're rotating the chest up towards the ceiling. As you exhale, continue to really draw the navel in. Deep, steady breaths. the left hand to the left hip. Bend the right knee. Option to bring both hands to the floor if you need to. Otherwise, just the right hand. And we're going to shift our way into this right foot and bring the back foot off of the floor. And then begin to turn that left foot out to the side, opening through the left hip. Once you've found your balance, you can begin to also rotate the chest. I need a bit more room. Again, activate that foot. That foot's pushing against an imaginary wall. Activate the thigh. Try and straighten through the standing leg. This will help you to balance. And then if you feel okay there, reaching that left arm up. Well done. What's the worst that can happen? You might fall down. You get back up. One more breath. And then exhale, bend that right knee. Slowly lower the foot to the floor. Come back into warrior two. Good job. And then hands to the floor. Back to down dog. Inhale, slowly shift forwards into plank. Exhale, lower. Option to bring the knees to the floor. Inhale. Rise into cobra or up dog. Exhale, down dog. Lion breath. And then we'll do the same on the other side. I'm going to come round to the other way so you can see. Inhale, raise the left leg. Exhale, step that left foot between the hands, right heel to the floor. Inhale, rising up for warrior two. Exhale, sink a bit deeper into that left knee. Maybe clicky hips like me. And gazing down the left fingertips. As you inhale, the spine extends. As you exhale, sink a bit lower. And keep drawing from this central point of heat that we've created. So the energy of the solar plexus, strength, will, determination, courage. Draw on all of these qualities. Gazing down the left fingertips. Keep the breath smooth and steady. If the breath becomes fractious, you may have gone too far, so just pull back a little bit, but keep drawing on these qualities of will and determination. Inhale, straighten the front leg. Exhale, reach forwards, hands to shin, ankle or maybe to the floor, right arm up towards the ceiling. Gazing up towards that right hand and drawing the navel in as you exhale. See if you can smooth out the breath. And then bring the right hand to the right hip. Bend that left knee, left hand to the floor. So option to bring both hands to the floor. And then shift your weight into that front foot. Bring the hand a little bit further forwards. Raise that back leg. As soon as you've lifted it, flex the foot. Push it into that imaginary wall. Once you've found your balance, begin to open the chest. And then last stage is to reach that right arm up. So focusing on the breath here. And a focused gaze. So try and focus on something that's not moving. Will help you balance. One more breath. Good. And then bend that left knee. Slowly lower the back foot to the floor. Come back into warrior two. And then if you've come to the, you should be on the same side of your mat. So hands to the floor. Step back to down dog. Inhale. Exhale. Either knees to the floor, rest in child's pose, or inhale, ripple forwards. Exhale, lower. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, down dog. And lion breath. Good. Drop the knees to the floor. Sink the hips back to the heels. Just take a brief rest in child's pose. Just allow the body to surrender for a moment. So putting in a lot of effort this morning. Just allow yourself that moment of rest and to catch your breath, because we don't want to get so over-energized that we don't benefit from the calm feeling as well. So we're trying to be focused and centered, but that also means maintaining that connection to the breath. Okay, one more breath there. Just going to check the times, I can't see it on my phone. Okay. And then slowly rising back up onto the hands and knees and into downward facing dog. Then inhale, come high onto the balls of the feet, ripple forwards into plank. Hold here for one breath. Again, option to bring the knees to the floor. Okay, we're going to come into side plank. So option one is to bring the left knee to the floor in line with that left hand. And then right heel, or the sole of the right foot also comes to the floor at the end of your mat. And then reaching the right arm up. So this is option one of side plank. Option two is to roll over onto the outside edge of the left foot, right foot stacks on top, and then reach that right arm up. Make sure the shoulder is either above the wrist, or that hand can be a little bit further forwards, but not further back, just to protect the wrist. If you're in this version, lift the hips up nice and high. So you're bowing through the hips slightly. 2 more breaths. Really engage those core muscles. And then exhale, slowly lower the hand to the floor, come back to center. Inhale, and we'll come straight to the other side. I'm just going to turn around. Exhale onto the right side, so either knee on the floor. And then reaching that left arm up. So it involves some balance. I always find it involves more balance this way than it does the other way for me, but it might be different for you. Or full side plank. Again, bowing those hips up towards the ceiling if you're in full side plank. 2 more breaths. Really engage all those core muscles. Breathe into the belly. Go on, you got this. And then exhale, slowly bring that hand to the floor, back into plank, inhale. And exhale, we're going to lower all the way down to the floor. Good, well done. How are we all holding up? Hopefully you're doing okay. You're still with me. Okay, so Sphinx pose, elbows below the shoulders, wrists in line with the elbows. Spread the fingers nice and wide. And then lift the chest, and there's almost a sense of pulling yourself forwards. So those hands are fully rooted to the floor, and then almost pulling yourself forwards with the hands. Should feel a nice little stretch through the navel as you inhale. Activate the thighs to protect the lower back. Inhale. And then as you exhale, begin to round the spine, and then draw the navel up. Draw the hips up, and that might be where you stay, or tuck the toes and lift those knees up for forearm plank. Good, we'll do that twice more. Inhale, slowly lower, lift the chest, draw yourself forwards. Exhale, begin to round the spine, slowly lift up on the exhale, and then inhale, lower down and come forwards. Exhale, round and lift, and we're going to hold here for 5 breaths if possible. So option to have those knees on the floor, but we're engaging all of those core muscles. If this is quite easy for you and you want to work a bit harder, the other option is to lift one leg, and then lift the other leg. Keep that breath smooth and steady. And then exhale, lower. Good, inhale, Sphinx. And then exhale, slowly lower down to the floor. Take a rest for a moment. Stack the right hand on the left hand. Turn the head to the left. And again, catch the breath. Lengthen and deepen the breath. Notice how the body feels. And then turn the head the other way. And then slowly back to center. Okay, hopefully you've got a little bit more in you. We're almost done. So, hands next to the chest, elbows into the body. We did do a bit of this last week, so we're working on those sort of the back muscles now. We will also be using the abdominals, so it's sort of a whole core workout really. But be conscious of really engaging all of those muscles rather than making it all about just the lower back. The legs are active as well, which really helps. But rather than just crunching in the lower back, we really want to activate all of those muscles. So when you're ready, inhale, lift up. If your core is quite weak and this is really hard, on each exhalation I want you to come back down and then lift up again on the inhale. Otherwise, you're staying up for those 3 breaths, lifting a little bit higher with each inhalation. And one more. And exhale. Slowly lower, forehead to the floor. Take one long breath here. Okay, and Superman pose. So extend those arms out in front of you, either shoulder width apart or you can bring the palms together. So this is Superman in prayer, shall we say. And then on the inhalation, lift the chest, lift the legs. If you suffer with your lower back, if it's already hurting now, just leave the legs on the floor and we'll just concentrate on the upper body. Otherwise, you're lifting those legs and the arms. 3 breaths. Lift a bit higher with each inhalation. And one more. Nice and high. And exhale, slowly lower. Well done. Take that rest again. Lion breath. Good, and then bring the hands next to the chest. Slowly push up and back into child's pose. Nice wide child's pose. Allow the chest and belly to sink between the thighs. Forehead and forearms rest on the floor. As you exhale, allow yourself to let go completely. Try and find some softness in the body here. And then inhale, slowly rising up. And then come over to sit on the sit bones. Just realise it's almost impossible to check the time whilst I'm on YouTube. Right, there we go. Okay, so knees bent, feet flat on the floor. So we're going to do our last core exercise now. I know you're probably feeling it, but I bet you feel energized, right? So an energizing practice. You'll be ready for anything after this. So hands underneath the knees. This is option 1. And then point the toes, lift the feet off of the floor. The back, the spine is staying nice and straight. Draw the shoulders back. And so it's easiest to do this, to hold the spine nice and straight, when you've got those knees drawn in and the feet just lifted off of the floor. So if that's where you are, you're going to stay here. Option 2 is to lift those calves so they're parallel to the floor, but you're keeping that nice straight spine. Option 3, if boat pose is easy for you and you want to work a bit harder, option to have straight legs, but again you're keeping that spine up nice and straight. Okay, so holding here for 3 breaths. Really draw on that strength, courage, determination, firing up in the belly. Good, and then hug those knees in. Don't worry, we're going to have a nice long relaxation and meditation after this. We'll balance our effort with ease. Okay, so we're going to do that again, but with an optional flow as well. So if you were here, go here again. If you were here before, you might want to try and go for the next option, but if that was really challenging, feel free to stay there. For those of you that want to try, we're going to try another little exercise here. So either legs parallel, calves parallel to the floor, or legs straight. Inhale, and then we're going to exhale down to half boat. So you're hovering just above the floor. And then inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower. Don't worry if you're shaking. I'm shaking too. It's normal. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, lower. Come on, guys. You got this. One more. And exhale, lower. Good. And then slowly lift up. Cross those feet. Hug the knees in. Breathe into the lower back. And then just bring those feet flat to the floor. Right hand to the outside of the left knee, left hand behind you. As you inhale, lengthen the spine. Create space between the rib cage and the hips or the pelvis. And then exhale, twist to look back over the left shoulder, maybe bringing the palm of the hand to the floor. So we're just releasing through those core muscles now with a twist. Back to center. We'll do the same on the other side. Left hand to the outside of the right knee, right hand on the floor. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, twist to look back over the right shoulder. As you inhale, spine lengthens, and as you exhale, draw the navel in. Maybe there's a little bit more space to twist. And then turn back to center. Bring the arms out alongside the legs. And we're going to slowly lower down to the floor, but engaging those core muscles again, so we're not going to collapse to the floor. Try and release down slowly if you can, keeping those feet on the floor. Good. Okay, so we're just going to practice a slight back bend, bridge pose, just to release those abdominal muscles slightly that have done a lot of contracting today. We want to lengthen them. So again, knees bent, feet flat on the floor, arms with palms facing downwards. So we'll just do 3 moving bridge first, just to soften a little bit. So as you inhale, push through the feet, reach the arms up over the head. And as you exhale, slowly lower. slow exhale. Twice more. Inhale. Exhale, lower. Inhale, rise up. And this time as you exhale, just lower the arms. And then roll those shoulders in underneath you. Lift up a bit higher with the hips. Maybe interlocking the fingers underneath you. And we'll take 5 breaths here. Really breathe into the belly. As you inhale, the belly expands. As you exhale, the navel draws in. And a subtle lift of the pelvic floor. Inhale. Exhale. 3 more times on your own. And last one. And then release the hands. Very slowly roll the spine down, vertebra by vertebra. Good. And then hug those knees into the chest. Some gentle rocks from side to side, easing out any tension in the lower back. Making some small circles with the knees, circling one way and then the other way. And then hugging those knees in. Bring the feet flat to the floor, hands to the floor, and then just shift those hips over to your left slightly. Hug the knees in, and then extend your arms out along the floor. If you don't have a lot of space, you can bend the elbows. Exhale those knees over to your right. Left shoulder blade stays down on the floor. Right hand comes to rest on the left thigh. If you're quite comfortable here, and you have the space, option to straighten, I don't have the space, but option to straighten that left leg and take hold of the foot with the hand if you want to stretch out the hamstrings. Keeping that left shoulder blade down on the floor. Try and release the body here. Begin to surrender to the floor, releasing all of your effort. And then bend that knee if it's straight. Inhale, slowly come back to center. Shift the hips to the center and then to the other side. Draw those knees in and then exhale them over to the left. Right shoulder blade stays down on the floor. To straighten that right leg, take hold of it with the foot, keeping that right shoulder blade down. Allow all of those abdominal muscles to release here. As you exhale, allow them to soften. So the twist helps to release those abdominal muscles. Allow the breath to make them soften even more with each exhalation. One more breath. And then bend that knee. Bring the knees back to center. Bring those hips back to center. Hug the knees in one last time. And then prepare for relaxation. So extending the legs out long on the floor. Allow the feet to roll outwards, arms alongside the body, palms facing upwards. And then take a few releasing breaths. you inhale, explore the body and gather any tension that might have accumulated throughout the practice. So we've worked pretty hard today. We've really worked hard on activating the core, all those core muscles. So as you exhale, begin to release that effort. Release any tension that might have accumulated. Allow the body to soften at the end of that exhalation. So completely trusting the earth beneath you to support the weight of your body. Nothing else to do, nowhere else to be, just for these few minutes. Allow the body and the mind to completely rest and be here. And then it's just a very light awareness on the breath. Notice how the breath moves in and out of the body naturally without any effort. Notice the natural rise and fall of the belly. Soften the jaw and all the facial muscles. Allow the lips to lightly part. Just staying here for a few more breaths. And then at the end of the next exhalation, begin to deepen the breath now. So as you inhale, begin to expand the belly and the chest. So more active breathing. And begin to move the fingers and toes. Gently roll the head from side to side. And take a nice long stretch when you're ready. Exhale, hug those knees into the chest. And then slowly roll over to one side. And gently bring yourself up to sit. So finding a comfortable seat, cross-legged or sitting on the heels, on a block or cushion if it's comfortable. Hands resting on the knees, spine nice and tall. And just bring your awareness back to the belly. And visualize a small flame burning brightly in the solar plexus, in the navel. So our internal fire, responsible for our drive in life, our ambition, our will, our determination, our passion to do the things that we care about, to act on the things that we care about. Many of us have been drawn to use that passion, use that internal fire to do what we can in this time of crisis and need. And that might be something that you need to do for yourself first. It has to begin with self-care before we're ready to help others. There's an opportunity in everything that's happening right now. There's a connectedness between all beings all over the planet. And there's an opportunity to create some positive change. So we need to draw on that internal fire in order to execute the changes that need to happen. And that comes from this sense of courage, strength and will, and also from the heart. So you're drawing palms together in front of the chest. And just acknowledge one thing that you could give. One thing that if you had the courage and the will to do in the world, what would it be? Whether that's for yourself or for others. So try not to think too hard, let it come naturally. You know what your gifts are already. It could be something very simple, such as just checking in with your neighbours, whatever it is. And take one more slow breath. Allow that gentle flame to slowly dissipate. Namaste. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining. Thank you, Elaine. You're very welcome. Great to have you all here. Should be feeling nice and warm now in the belly. So yeah, I can go and put that fire into something today. So whatever it is you're feeling passionate about, whether it's your new hobby you've developed during this lockdown or something else, whatever it is, enjoy, take care of yourselves and one another. Again, if you enjoyed the class, please donate to the Conquest Hospital Fund. The link should be somewhere here. Much love to you all, and I hope to see you next week. Take care.